All right. Good day, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you are this morning. It is 9:02 here in Coeur d'Alene, North Idaho. My name is Ron Deering. I'm coming to you from my home office in North Idaho. And I want to talk today about the key to success. How many of you would love to know the key to success? When I heard this, I thought, oh, man, I got to share this. Good morning, Rita. Good to see you on here. Kirk, Stephen Hartman, good to see you. Danielle, good to see you. Helen, good to see you. Got some superstars jumping on this morning. I am excited. It is January 21st. Got about 11 days left. Good morning, Lily, superstar. We've got about 11 days left in the month, and I thought this was a opportune time to talk about the key to success. Now, I'm going to give you the two things that I believe are two major keys to success in your business and in life. Okay, so you can write these down. You can remember them. They're real simple. First one is, and this is all based upon failure. You've got to learn to fail. What? What's he telling me? I got to learn to fail? You've got to learn to fail because you know what? I've heard this before and I'm going to say it to you. The most successful people in the world are those people who have failed the most. But here's the key about failure. The key to success is failure. But here are the two keys to that failure. The first one is you need to learn and you need to make sure you're always failing forward. Now, if your failures are causing you such heartache and such depression and such consternation and such whatever other big word I can come up with, that you are stopping in your tracks and not moving forward, then you're not learning from your failure. Then failure is not the key to your success. Failure is the demise to your success. But if you want the key to your success, which is failure, to be exactly what it is, that key, then you need to learn to fail forward. What does failing forward mean? Well, first off, I would highly, highly recommend that you get this book called Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. Get any book that John C. Maxwell writes. But he wrote a book a few years back called Failing Forward, and it is phenomenal. You need to be that person that when you fail, you sit back, you take what time you need to analyze that failure, find out exactly what it is that you did that caused the failure, what it is you can learn from the failure, and what it is you can do to not do that again and not fail again in that arena, right? See, yep, Danielle, that's how most people are, right? We get all worked up, we think the sky is falling, and we just become debilitated. Thank you so much, Lily. So the bottom line is that even though you might fail, in fact, even though you will fail, even though you should be failing, because if you're not failing, that means you're too afraid to move forward in your business and get out of your comfort zone, become comfortable in being uncomfortable. So you're not failing, right? You're so afraid of failing that you just don't do anything. So there are two things that can stop you dead in your business. One is that the fear of failing stops you from doing anything so you don't fail. The other is when you do fail, you get stopped dead in your tracks because it's so overwhelming, depressing, and just such a, uncomfortable place to be, right? But you need to not do that. You need to learn to fail forward. And failing forward means this. And this is number two of the things I want to talk to you about. You need to learn from it and don't run from it. If you run from it, it is no use and you don't grow. But if you learn from it, if you learn from your failures, just think how much better you are. We tell the old story of, and I don't know what the number was, if it was 1,000 or 10,000, but Thomas Edison had a lot of failures at the light bulb, before he finally had success. And when he was asked, doesn't this get you down? His answer was, I just know now 1,000 ways that it doesn't work. So his attitude and his learning and his failing forward eventually caused him to have amazing, phenomenal, historical success. Now, for you in your business, exactly, Catherine, failure is the key to success. That's the key to success. Now, part of the path and the journey that you go down, that is this failure, is all about commitment and consistency and being committed to your vision and to training and learning and all these things. But all of those things wrapped together are going to have areas that you're going to fail in. Let's say you're trying to be consistent and you just keep failing at it. Hysterical success. Exactly, Rita. Hysterical success. You're trying to be consistent, but you just keep failing. There's all kinds of reasons. The kids get in the way. Life in general just gets in the way, and you just can't seem to be consistent, right? You're committed to it, but then a couple of people quit, and this happens or that happens, and man, you fail again. And instead of you getting up and pulling up your big boy or big girl panties and moving on, you let that stop you in your tracks. So you let that devastate you. And you now go from success to a failure. Someone that just isn't going to make. They're just not going to make it, right? Exactly. Every top leader, not only, and what Catherine said is, every top leader in this company has an amazing story of hardship they overcame. But it's not just this company. It's every top leader that you will ever talk to went through a journey of failures and hardship and things that were blockades, things that anybody else would have stopped at, but they didn't. We had a phenomenal last Saturday training guest, Miss Sonia Line. And Sonia's story is one of exactly that. She started with our company when it first started. She was one of these people that got involved with the company, startup company right at the beginning back in 2014. Excuse me here a minute. I was getting a little froggy. And went through all the startup issues that companies have, right? Issues with the owners and they're too young and they don't know this, and issues with the company and the products and on and on and on. And she's in Canada, and one of our main products in 2017 became CBD oil, and Canada doesn't allow CBD oil and all these other things. It took her 2 years to get to our first rank, and now she's what we call a 500K affiliate, making sick fantasy money because she stuck it out. 5 years later, right? 4.5 years later. She is Stacy. She's an amazing lady. But she learned how to fail forward. She learned that the key to her success is that path of failure, because out of that failure comes amazing growth, amazing understanding, amazing personal development, amazing personal growth, and success. Now, out of your failure, if it turns into depression and heartache and, oh, woe is me, poor me, then none of those things are happening. You're not growing. You're not developing. You're not having success. But if you understand that everybody fails, and the key to success is to fail the most, right? You look at the top people in the world, historically, whatever you want, in business, whatever, their story is a story of failure to success. Every single one of them. Follow the story, the great failures in history of Abraham Lincoln. Here's a guy who I just posted on Facebook one of the keys to my success. My upline and amazing servant leader, Aaron Parker. Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest men in history, if you go through his story, was a story of horrendous failure. Everything he seemed to touch, he failed at being an attorney, a husband. I mean, on and on and on. He just kept on failing. But he didn't quit. He kept failing forward. He kept failing forward. He kept failing forward until he became a president, 16th president of the United States, and one of the most well-known and famous presidents in the world. But if he were alive today, he would tell you in his own words that those failures made him the man that he became. Now, unfortunately, I won't say idiot. Okay, some idiot decided that it was time for him to stop being president and took his life. And let me tell you, though, that God had a plan for all of that. He knew it was going to happen. He knew what was going on. Exactly. I have failed thousands of times in network marketing, and that is why today I succeed, because I was willing to fail and keep going and not quit. And I would contend, because I know, Aaron, that it wasn't just failing and continuing, it was failing and learning and continuing. Because everybody can fail and continue, but if you're not learning and growing and moving forward and not running from it, then you're not growing, you're not developing, and you're not going to have that success. But I know Aaron, every time Aaron failed, he learned from it. He became better. He became a better person. He became a better network marketer. He became a better leader. And then he ran into me. Who knew? And I'm so thankful to God that one day, May 7th, 2018, I happened to be there in a space, in a place, when Aaron reached out to me to look at what he had to offer. Because I wouldn't be where I'm at today here. Now, I've been failing for 40 years. I've been succeeding too, but I've been failing for 40 years. And all kinds of things in my life. I could tell you stories that would surprise all of you. We lost our house. We've lost our cars. We're worried about being out on the street. I went from mid six-figure income, making great money, driving a Porsche and Cadillacs and having a 4,000 square foot home, to losing it all almost overnight. It was not a good thing. And I could have sat back and said, poor Ron. Poor Ron. Exactly, Lily. Failing is a must. But I didn't. I could have moved back to Washington, D.C., where we were before we moved out to Idaho, and tried to uproot my family again. I could have done a number of things. But that wasn't the path I was on. I learned from my failures. I started getting better and better at who I was, better and better at online. I'm a techie, so I knew how to program. I knew how to do websites. I took the failure that I had in the business that I had no control over. The company just went under overnight. A very, very insanely successful corporation that I was vice president of operations for, overnight. I lost my job. I lost my career. I lost everything. And I had to figure out what was going to happen. And we struggled for many, many years. Like I said, we lost our home. It was like a country western song. But at the end of the day, I was not going to give up. And now here I am. I'm a 50K affiliate on my way to a 100K affiliate in our company at 67, going on 68 this year. So for those of you who are sitting back, and here's the rest of the story. In 2017, in June of 2017, I went into the hospital thinking I had indigestion, just not feeling a little good, not feeling bad. I just had a physical 6 months before. I just had my shoulder replaced 6 months before. They did heart checkups. They did all that stuff and said I was perfect. In fact, they were amazed. But on June 5th, I walked into the hospital and they did an EKG and said, oh, yeah, maybe you need a stint or two. When they did the angiogram to find out what was going on, the next thing I'm being told is I've got 3 blocked arteries and I'm on life support because they're going to have to crack open my chest and do a triple bypass. When I come out of the triple bypass early in the morning and I'm talking to the cardiac surgeon, He's telling me that, hey, everything went as well as could be expected. You didn't have 3 blocked arteries. You had 5 blocked arteries, and we could only fix 4, so I ended up with a quadruple bypass. Now I think everything is going great, but 3 months later, in September, I'm at my cardiac physical therapy, and I get on the treadmill, and 5 minutes later, I think I'm going to die. I'm in so much pain. And now I do have a heart attack. And they rush me over to the hospital again. And this time they find out that 2 of the grafts they put in for my quadruple bypass, the 4, 2 of them collapsed and failed, and they had to put 4 stents in. I could have quit. When I was introduced to this business by Aaron Parker, I had every reason in the world to say, are you kidding? My family was even saying, take it easy. You're retired. You got money coming in. Let's wait. You know, the first year or so is critical and crucial. You've got to take it easy. But for me, that wasn't the option. I saw something that I needed to get out to the world. I saw something I knew that I had never seen before. I saw a company that I had never seen any other company do what this company is doing. I saw leaders that I had never seen leaders that had a passion and a vision for the field like these leaders had. A comp plan that I'd never seen before. Products that were disruptive and just taking the world by storm, and we were the first and the foremost. And now we are. I saw people in my horizon, in my future, that I knew I needed to reach out to. People like Lily Romero, Carlos Martinez, Don Rodarte, Giovanni, Steve Hartman, the list goes on and on. Tony Walker, Troy Barrett, Christina Christopherson, Mark Blackburn, Stacy George. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I couldn't stop. No matter how much my body seemed to want to fail, I had to take that failure and move forward. And now that's a story, right? So all of these things, financial ruin and all of that stuff, brought me to a position because I failed forward instead of living a life of woe is me, to where now I'm making a really good income, and it's only getting better and better and better. And I'm teaching other people to do the same thing. Okay, we have an angry person. Frederick Nielsen. Oh, don't be angry. So you've got to make a choice in your life. Are you going to fail forward? Are you going to fail backwards and down? You've got to make that choice, because no one else can live this life. No one else can take this journey. No one else can go on this path but you. And if you want to have the success that I know that you deserve, that I know God has promised you, Frederick, I'm not sure why you're angry, but you don't have to be sorry. You can't please all the people all the time, right? But this is one of those things where you need to understand that you've got to fail forward. You've got to fail forward. Every time you fail, that's an amazing lesson. It's an amazing time for you to have some personal development in your life. That's an amazing event that you can grasp and take from an incredible learning experience and a personal development experience and move forward better than you were before. So I hope this has helped you, because the key to your success is embracing those failures and learning from them, failing forward, learning from them and not running from them, and making sure that you understand that for you to be successful, failure is a major part of that. Stay committed, stay consistent, embrace the failure, don't run from it, understand it's going to happen. Good morning, Sabrina, Rosa, Cindy. Make sure that you understand that part of your journey is that failure. And I hope that you are one of those people that have an amazing, amazing story in the future that we can all sit down and talk about and laugh about, because of what you've gone through and where you're at now, and have the same success we're all having who have gone through those failures. So God bless you all. Remember, fail forward. John C. Maxwell, get that book. It's on Amazon. I don't even have a link for it, but just go out to Amazon and look for Failing Forward. And I encourage you to read that, because that's the key to your success. If you could ask Thomas Edison right now, he would tell you that if he did not fail, he would have never gotten where he didn't wake up one morning and go, ooh, light bulb, and first try make the light bulb, right? He woke up one morning, decided he was going to try to create the light bulb, and 1,000 failures later, he did it. And each one of those failures taught him a lesson. Each one of those failures got him closer and closer and closer. Each one of those failures gave him a better idea of what success was going to be and how to get to that success. If he'd have run away from that failure, somebody else would have created the light bulb, because it would have got done, right? It would have gotten done. If you don't have success in your life, doesn't mean, trust me, other people are going to. There are going to be other people in your life that are going to say, hey, you might have stopped because of your failures, but I'm not, and I'm going to have success. You're going to see people that you know and love, and that you had a failure, so you quit. And you see them have failures and not quit. So, I love that. John C. Maxwell quote. Dreams don't work unless you do. Oops. Wrong one. John C. Maxwell. Dreams don't work unless you do. I love that. You are welcome, Stacy. All right. Amy, good to see you. Phyllis, who's the author? John C. Maxwell. Anything you can pick up with John C. Maxwell is good, but John C. Maxwell, the book is Failing Forward. It is a phenomenal book. So God bless you all. I can't wait to see you on the next one. God bless you, Frederick. I don't know why you're angry. I don't know why you're not sorry. You don't need to be sorry, but I hope that you get over that anger and turn that into something amazing and phenomenal. So God bless you all, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.